All right, hey, I'm back and I'm going to be reading the Cultural Diffusion packet to you. Make sure you check out the experiment I do with the milk and the food coloring and the dish soap. It's kind of a nice visual representation of what we're going to be talking about today. So I'm going to go ahead and read. I would like you to follow along if you can. And I'm just going to start right up at the main ideas of this content statement. So throughout history, people, products, and ideas have moved from one place to another. When people move from one place to another, geographers refer to this movement as migration. For example, in 1947, the British colony of India was divided into two new countries, Hindu India and Muslim Pakistan. Hindus in Pakistan moved to India, while Muslims in India moved to Pakistan. 14 million Hindus, Sikhs, and Muslims were forced to move, making this the largest mass migration in human history. Oops. When new products and ideas move for the first time from one place to another, geographers refer to this movement as cultural diffusion. Cultural diffusion is the spread of new ideas, products, and practices. If you were to pour a little bit of milk into a glass of water, the milk will diffuse or spread into the water. New ideas, products, and practices will similarly diffuse in a culture where they are unknown. For example, cultural diffusion brought many ideas and technologies from China to Europe and the rest of the world. Over thousands of years, China produced a stream of inventions. Paper, the compass, gunpowder, and printing. These products came to Europe and spread to other parts of the world. When known products are exchanged between different places, geographers refer to this as trade. For example, centuries ago, Romans and Chinese traded products along the Silk Road. China sent its silk and porcelains over the Silk Road, and the Romans paid for these goods in gold coin. Silk soon became a symbol of wealth in Roman society. Goods such as curtains, blankets, rugs came to China from Central Asia and the Eastern Mediterranean. Central Asia exported camels, gold and silver, semi-precious stones, and glass items. So what causes people, ideas, and goods to move? There are several different factors that cause people to migrate from one place to another, new ideas to spread, or goods to be exchanged. So, political factors. War, persecution, and the absence of political rights are the main political factors that cause people to migrate from one area to another. For example, millions of Africans have been forced from their homes because of tribal wars taking place in some African nations. When people migrate, they often bring new ideas along with them. Ideas also often spread when they promise people greater freedom or better lives. Excuse me. All right. So now we're under environmental. I'm just going to put that. Oh, shoot. Okay. Environmental factors. So natural disasters or climate change may cause people or products to move. For example, more than 40 million people were displaced in Asia and the Pacific between 2010 and 2011. Most of these people were forced to move by storms, floods, heat waves, drought, and rising sea levels. Most of them returned when conditions improved. Many became migrants, moving across national borders in the Sahel region of Africa. Repeated droughts have led millions of people to flee to the neighboring areas. And then over here, this isn't a very good picture, but it just says a major tsunami in Japan forced thousands of people to migrate from their homes. All right, let's take a look at social factors. So discrimination, intolerance, or lack of religious freedom also causes people to move. For example, in some Middle Eastern countries, Islamic fundamentalists have attacked Christians. The civil war in Lebanon was a successful effort by Muslims to reduce Christian power in that country. Some experts predict that the Middle East's Christians may drop from 12 to 6 million by 2020. And then our economic factors. Changes in the availability of resources and trade patterns or employment opportunities may cause people to migrate. These migrations can also lead to the movement of products and ideas. For example, the number of computer programmers graduating from Indian universities continues to grow. At the same time, available jobs for graduates are not as plentiful. This imbalance has led many university graduates to migrate to the Silicon Valley and Northern California, where their skills appeal to high-tech companies. And over here, again, not the best picture, but it says when Indians migrate their families, they bring along their native culture and new ideas. All right, so the impact of movement. The movement of people, products, and ideas has had a lasting impact on Eastern Hemisphere. Spread of the Arabic language. The spread of the Islamic religion and the Arabic language has had most consequences for the people of Middle East. The Arabic language is used by many Muslims. As Islam spreads from Middle East to other parts of Asia, the Arabic language did also. Since the time of Muhammad, the founder of the Islamic region, scholars have composed their religious texts in Arabic. Today, Arabic is the first language spoken by more than 200 million people worldwide. And then this is just an interesting picture of the most commonly used English words of the Arabic origin. So you can see in there we have chemistry and sugar, magazine, coffee, my favorite. I probably need to get a refill on that. Algebra. So there's a few of those in there. Chinese inventions. Chinese inventions such as the compass, gunpowder, paper, block, printing, and paper money spread through the trade with China to the Islamic world, and Europe. Chinese medicine has contributed greatly to the world. Acupuncture and the use of massage treatments are two more contributions of the Chinese culture. All of these have had a continuing impact on other world cultures. And then this says up here, an example of an early form of paper invented in China around 100 BC. Well, these pictures are not very good. All right, here we go. Spread of the Islamic religion. Islamic ideas have spread through military conquest, trade, and by converting non-believers to Islam. Islamic beliefs have spread to parts of Africa, south of the Sahara, and to the South and Southeast Asia. Islam is now the main religion of Pakistan, Bangladesh, Malaysia, and Indonesia. From its earliest days, Islam has effective in removing barriers of race and nationality. The religion converted and embraced peoples of different colors and cultures. This early feature of the religion greatly aided in its expansion. And so down here, they just showed the spread of Islam. So you can look and see the country, the approximate date of the introduction of Islam, and then approximate percentage of Muslims today. I think we're getting there, guys. All right, the spread of Western culture. The spread of European technology, languages, and ideas of government has had a great impact on many countries of Asia and Africa, which were once European colonies. They now have Western technologies and forms of education and government based on Europe. Many of these countries also use the language of their former colonizers as their official language. Soccer, cricket, and rugby, whose origins can be traced to Europe, are hugely popular around the world, particularly in India and Australia. It says the game of soccer is an idea that migrated from Europe to other places in the Eastern Hemisphere, and I'm very thankful for that because I've played a lot of soccer in my life. All right, last paragraph. We made it. The English language. The spread of English as a second language in recent times the spread of English as a second language, let me try that again, in recent times has had an important impact on the peoples of Asia, Africa, and Europe, allowing them to communicate and cooperate. In China, English is the most common second language that people speak. In many places of the world today, one must speak English in order to have a successful career. Um, and then it says with English at the top, a sign is shown in multiple languages. So we have the same danger keep out in different languages. So that's kind of cool. All right, you are going to fill out this cultural diffusion notes. I have placed one that's inside Google Classroom that is editable. So please check that out. All right, thanks guys.